Coach.
How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
So, how's everything been since last since the playoffs?
Yeah, been a good spring, good summer. Guys just been working hard in the weight room, so it's been good.
What's been the noticeable difference in the off season this year compared to last year?
I mean, kids come hungry every year here at Clemson. I mean, they work hard every year. So Coach Allen has brought a level of intensity to the group that's different, and I think Coach Batson's done an amazing job in the weight room this summer. They've had a great off season, a great winter, great spring. So guys are hungry, ready to go.
What about you as far as family and everything? How's the family?
Oh yeah, family's good. Got my youngest son Spencer. He's up at Murray State, getting ready to play football there. And then got my oldest son Brodey here, getting ready for his fourth year here at Clemson, long snapping, punting. So it's good.
Tell me about just Ronan Hanafin's familiarity with the defense.
Yeah, Ronan, moving over from receiver last year, just kind of got thrown in there and had not played a lot of defense. The spring has been really, really good for him. Even last fall was really good for him, just to learn defense, get back into it. I mean, he was a great defensive player in high school, so it's not like he's never played defense before. But coming in the spring, learning coach's new system defensively has just been really, really good for him. And then, he's getting better every single day with it, mentally. Physically, he's a freakish athlete. I mean, he can run, jump, hit. He's got great size. He's got all the physical attributes. He can run with anybody, can cover. But just learning all the aspects of defense is what he really needed to hone in on, and that's what he's done. And he works extremely hard at doing it. So I'm really excited about his progress.
What does it look like for you guys as a defense preparing for a big week one game against LSU? Is there something that you guys are kind of sticking with as far as preparing for that game, or what's it going to look like?
Well, it all starts the same. I mean, that's game one. It all starts the same in our preparation. We just have to, get the installs, the day one, day two, day three installs, get all that stuff in, and make sure we got everybody in the positions that they need to be in. And then we just got a lot of work to do to get them ready for such a big challenge.
How do you replace RJ, I guess? So big of a void is that, and what are your thoughts on?
Well, RJ was like a coach on the field, but you take, I would never say you replace RJ, but you get Khalil Barnes, who now, he's had a lot of snaps. He's going into his third year as a starter, and he takes over that leadership role. It's kind of how we do things here. You get that experience and you pass it on down to the next guy in line. I think KB's that next guy that brings that knowledge and the ability to play all the positions back there, same as RJ. He can play multiple spots from the nickel position to both safeties. He could even play corner if we had to. But to answer your question, I think KB would be the next guy, just because of his knowledge of the defense.
Do you, beyond him, and what kind of question marks do you have?
Well, I don't have any question marks. I think we've done a good job recruiting guys. So we've got guys in place that are competing for starting positions. You got Ricardo Jones, you got Ronan Hanafin, you got Kylon Griffin. Those three guys right there have played and had really good springs. They're hungry to get in there and have an opportunity to start for a position. You've got Rob Billings and Colin Webb, who are going into their third year, and I know they're excited to compete for one of those starting positions as well. Kylon Griffin, he's a mid-year freshman, true freshman coming in. Noah Dixon, Joe Wilkinson. I mean, those are good football players. Just waiting for an opportunity to compete and play.
So you don't share that belief that there are. You don't think there's many questions as some others. I guess on the outside, just looking at them.
Well, I mean, those guys got to come in and they got to do it. That's for sure. I think they're good. I think we got some good football players. You got to prove it on the big stage, and there's no bigger stage than playing for Clemson. So those guys have got to come out and prove it. But those kids have the ability to do it, and to do it at a high level. They got to come in and do it. And those guys have put in the work. I mean, those guys have been working hard in the off season, preparing for their moment. Shoot, those guys were working hard, as backup players in the past to prepare for this moment. I mean, it's a big stage, and it's not an easy transition, but I feel like we got the pieces to do it, and to do it at a high level.
Do you think Hanafin also brings some of that versatility?
Absolutely. I think Ronan's biggest thing is just, he hadn't played defense. He came in and played offense, and then last year we moved into defense. So just the familiarity with it this spring, getting all those reps was extremely important. And for him to get all those reps, and just every day he got better. Every day he built on something he needed to improve on, and he got better. The thing with Ronan, you talk about his versatility, is his size and speed. Kind of reminds you of a Tanner Muse type guy, because he's a big physical safety. He's going to come downhill and hit, but he can run. He's got great speed, and he works extremely hard to learn the defense and to play at a high level. He's hungry and wants to play at a high level. As is Ricardo Jones and Kylon Griffin.
One of the biggest games you think Kylon had to do?
I think he needs to be a better tackler. I think that's number one with him. Talking about Kylon Griffin.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Kylon Griffin. I think that's the biggest thing. He needs to be a better tackler. He's good in coverage. He's got great vision. He's got good range as a safety. He's a really smart kid. He understands how the defense works, a lot like R.J. Mickens. But he's gotten stronger in the weight room this summer. That'd be the biggest thing.
Your safety room is really young. How beneficial is it to have a guy like Tyler Venables who can kind of be that extra coach, whether it's on the field or just on the practice?
Yeah, I think it's great. Tyler's he's a great ambassador for the group. He knows the defense. Obviously, he comes from, with his dad, family background. But, he's going on a 6-year of being here too. So, I mean, he's seen a lot of different defenses, a lot of different coverages, a lot of different pressures, he's seen a lot of things that he can impart on the group, and he does it in a humble way to help the group. So I think it's very beneficial, when you have a guy like that works as hard as he does, and he's already graduated, so he's got a little extra time to pull guys in, do a little extra film work with those young guys, and then those young guys, they look up to him, for answers to their questions. So I think it's very beneficial.
Is he a guy that's going to lead on and off the field and show those guys what it means to be a Clemson?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned tackling with Griffin. Just overall, how much of a difference has there been? What you think Coach Allen just the entire offseason was focusing on that?
Yeah, so coming into the spring, just our tackling circuit that we did every day, I think, put a great emphasis on tackling to the players and the techniques and the fundamentals. I mean, this game is all about tackling, especially on our side of the ball. You hear the old cliche, blocking, and this game's about blocking and tackling. Well, tackling is something you got to work on, you got to practice, and Coach Allen's definitely brought that in. We started every practice with a tackling circuit where we were working on different aspects and different techniques of tackling, and I think it's going to pay dividends.
Has that been his biggest impact so far?
I mean, I think he's impacted in a lot of ways. I think he's impacted the staff, the defensive staff with his leadership. Number one, investing in us. I think he really empowers his coaches to coach and to do their job, which I love the empowerment that he gives us. The accountability for the coaches, the accountability for the players is extremely high. You saw the videos of the up downs, push-ups, and things like that we do at the end of practice for effort, for things that have not been doing right. He holds accountable he holds the players and the coaches accountable to that. I think he's a really good leader, and I think everybody has taken to his leadership.
Head coach of the defense.
Absolutely. He's the head coach of the defense, but he's caring as well. So I mean, he's very personable. He's met with all the players individually. He's prescribed and given them books to read, and just really investing in the lives of the players and the coaches, for that matter.
What's Tyler Venables? He's been here for so long.
It'll be 6 years.
What does he provide?
And before that, with his dad,
For
he's
young guys.
running
He's
around.
been around this program for so long. But
Yeah.
he's a guy that can actually get out there on the field.
Yeah.
And
He's like Pete Rose, right? So he's like the Pete Rose of Clemson football. He can do a lot of things. So I mean, he can. But he's a great ambassador for the program. He's a great leader for the safety group. He's a great leader for the defense. So I mean, this summer, we can't meet with the players, so he goes in there and he runs the meetings. So he's been great with that.
can he still be an impactful player?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he's battled some injuries, he's dealt with some stuff, but I mean, is he still an important part of that group
Absolutely.
on the field?
Absolutely.
What does he bring?
Well, I think the biggest thing he brings knowledge, but I mean, Tyler's more athletic than people think. I mean, he can really run, he can change direction, he's physical. He's battled hamstring injuries, he's battled he's torn his pec a couple of times. It's just that he had some neck problems last year, but I mean, Tyler's a really good football player.
Is he back to 100%?
He's back to 100% and ready to go. So he definitely could be an impactful player.
What have you learned over the years when you have an opponent like you do right off the bat? Does that help with attention to detail throughout camp, knowing that your guys got to be playing their best football pretty quickly, especially in the secondary, especially when you're going up against a quarterback and wide receivers and talent like that?
Yeah, I think it doesn't hurt, that's for sure. But I mean, every game I think since I've been here, the opener has been, it's been a heavyweight match. So, it's just part of coming. That's why you come to Clemson. I mean, to play games like this, to play in big games. That's why you come here. So, it's exciting.
That's a question for me. What's it like to have your son around?
Oh man, it's great.
I mean, you go over and you watch him play when he was in high school, but now he's here. Right?
Yeah.
You see him all the time. What has that been like today?
It's been great. Brodey's battled he's had 3 labrum surgeries and so forth. He came in and he was going to play safety, and then he moved to punter and long snapper. So now he's focusing on long snapping. But having him around's great. He's a great kid, got a great smile, and always upbeat, always positive. But it's awesome having him here.
A guy like Ricardo Jones, who got a good bit of experience last year, what are the areas you're looking for him to improve the most this year?
I'm ready for him to compete for a starting job. I think it's time for him to step into that role. I think he's he's got an opportunity to do that. The biggest thing for him is he's just got to get the opportunity, and he's got to take advantage of the opportunities that he gets. Just see him make plays. He had 18 or so interceptions as a high school player. I mean, this guy's a ball hawk coming out of high school. We chose to play him as a true freshman, and he came in and he got some good playing time. But really looking for him to be that ball hawk that he was in high school. That's what he needs to do. He don't need to be anybody different. He just needs to be himself. But go out there and make those plays. Physically, it was important for him in the offseason to get bigger and stronger, which he's done. So to become a better tackler in that area, and he's done that. So anxious to see him get started.
With revenue sharing coming on July 1st, has it been difficult kind of avoiding those like money conversations out
Yeah, we don't. Coach Sweeney takes that off the coaches. So we have Coach Soils will be talking about that later. But we have a general manager now that he handles all that. We just go out and do our job. We don't deal with that. Thank goodness.
How has it been working with a new guy like Tom Allen as compared to a guy like Wes Goodwin, who is kind of a homegrown guy who's been around for a long time?
Well, first of all, Wes was awesome to work with, extremely intelligent, smart, great football coach, and he's going to do great things, where he is now. Coach Allen, great leader, really commands the room with the coaches and the players. There's a high level of accountability for the coaches and the players, and he's got a wealth of knowledge and experience. He's been a head coach, obviously at Indiana, but been a head coach in high school. He's had to manage different age groups of kids, coaches, and he's kind of seen it all. Wes came in, without that experience, but he's an extremely intelligent person, and he's going to be he is a great coach.
Remember this time last year, you talked a lot about RJ kind of being the safety help back on the back end. Is that kind of what you're expecting out of Khalil Barnes this year to take
Absolutely.
that step?
Absolutely. I think, Khalil, this will be his third year as a starter, and Khalil's he's a gym rat, for lack of a better term, but he's in there all the time watching film, studying the defense, calling, texting, asking questions, but the players listen to him. Players are drawn to certain players, and he's one of those types of players that guys gravitate towards, just like RJ, because he knows so much. He has a wealth of knowledge because he's got the experience. He's still got a lot to learn. We're learning a brand new defense. We've spent 15 days installing, so in the spring. So there's still a lot. We still got a long way to go and a lot to learn. But absolutely, he's a guy that we're all leaning on for his leadership and his ability. And he can play like RJ. He can play multiple spots on the back end.
I wanted to ask about that too. Just what is his mindset like when you guys kind of last year started saying, we kind of want you to play on the back end, not so much by the line of scrimmage. How did he kind of take that on, and is that kind of what you expect this year as well?
Yeah, he was great. He's a total team player, willing to do whatever it takes, and then I'll pull him off every now and then and say, hey, you sure? It's just me and you one-on-one, and he's the coach. I'm great. Whatever's best for the team.
For the spring with Ronan, what did you see from him, and kind of what are the next steps?
Yeah, super excited about Ronan. Just every day took another step. Every day took a step to get better and better and better. I compared him kind of to Tanner Muse. big, physical safety that can run. I mean, he can really, really run, a lot like Tanner could run. And for big guys like that, it's just not normal. But for him, athletically, physically, as a tackler, all those things, it is not going to be a problem. You know, he's grasping concepts. That's where I've seen the most growth. And throughout the next, 3-4 weeks that in camp, just excited to see that growth continue because we've seen it over the summer. We're not with the kids, but just here getting feedback, from him that, hey, Coach, I did this today, or hey, Coach, I did that today, or whatever. So just really excited about his potential.
Ricardo.
Yeah, Ricardo, a ball hawk safety, back there. You got a big, long safety back there on the back end. He's smart, a lot like RJ. When you think about his instincts, he knows where to be at the right time, and he makes plays. This is a guy that had like 18 interceptions in high school. Man, he makes plays on the ball. I think it was important for him to get stronger in the weight room, to take a 16, 17, game season, to prepare his body for that. But, he's gonna take off. He's gonna be a really, really good player. He's really smart. Like, he understands the game. Just needs that experience. There's nothing like game experience, and he got a lot of that on special teams last year, to prepare him for this, and then he got some back there at safety as well.
What about Noah's game translate to being able to play some nickel as well as the back?
Yep. So we've been cross training him to do both spots, and Noah is a physical, freakish type guy. I mean, he can really run, strong, big, fast. He's got all the intangibles to be good. He needs to learn the defense, and obviously he's learning a whole new defense, new concepts, and his growth will come with knowledge. As much time as he can spend in the film room is going to be beneficial for him.
You mentioned Hanafin's progression this offseason. Who would you say in your safety room has improved the most in this past offseason? If you can even name it.
To be honest with you, I think they've all improved. When we get out on there, get on the field, I'll have a better answer for you. But the work ethic, these guys get up early, they train really hard. We got great kids here, and I'm not having to push them to do those things. They're all really, really working good. I would say Kylon Griffin, I would say Ricardo Jones, I would say Ronan Hanafin, Billings, Webb, KB, Tyler Venables even. All those guys, Kari Keenan. He's made great strides. I'm super excited about him and his potential. He's a really, really good player.